Hey, great day, y'all. Great day for another episode on the replay. Hey, we're going to talk about this fantastic weekend. I mean, there's a lot of games going on, a lot of things was happening, but first and foremost, we're going to start with them Dallas Cowboys and New England Patriots, how they bounced back on yesterday. But before we get into it, I got my man D.A., the baddest poker hand. Hey, he know when to hold him, when to fold him. I got my man, former NFL, CFL free safety out of Nebraska, Mr. Tim Jackson. And one of the baddest barbers in town, my man JB Jeff Booker. So we here to do this replay again, episode 5. Let's kick this thing off with these bad Dallas Cowboys, man. What you think about it yesterday? Because it was redemption time, TJ. It was redemption.
Everybody was all doom and gloom, right? After last week, and they was feeling all down because Diggs wasn't there. He wasn't playing, and so the team came out flat the week before, right? And then all of a sudden, it was a quiet whisper. It was a quiet whisper. And all of a sudden somebody said, don't fear, because Bland is here.
Bland is
here.
That's right.
Yeah,
Shout out to Bland.
So Bland came out and made them plays and actually made that game totally different. Again, the defense came out and played. So when they have the energy, when they have their focus, and when they actually intense from the beginning, it makes a world of difference what's going on. And Dallas offense did their part, like they've been doing. That's all we need to do their part. With the defense, if the defense is going to play like they've been playing, when they focus and intense and not worried about what's not happening, instead of focusing on what's going to happen right in front of them. And the coaches did a better job of game planning too, both sides.
Yeah, I agree. I certainly agree with that, man. I certainly agree. JB, what you got for us, baby, today, man? Because I know you missed the Facebook.
Man,
Facebook,
I'm going live. Hey, I really, after watching the game on yesterday, I really seen that the defense really was just kind of, I guess they was kind of down with the missing a dig, because they did bounce back. They bounced back. And the offensive line, we had our center back, we had our guard back. That made a big difference in the offense and the running game and the pass protection for Dak. Dak had a lot of time in the pocket yesterday, had a lot of time to throw the ball, and his decision making was good. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question right quick. So this week he your quarterback? The last week you looked at me and told me, no, that's your quarterback.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, that makes me upset with his decision making.
I know, man. It's a love-hate relationship.
It's a love-hate relationship, but like I said, as long as everything is fine on center, the line is blocking, and the running game and the defense play like they play, you'll get a good Dak, but it just when things ain't going right.
Oh man, he all over the place.
He all over the place.
Till we ready.
But with that being said, I don't know. He was kind of emotional a little bit with him and Zeke. They've been best friends and everything.
Right.
But he pulled it through. And like I said, we're gonna take it week for week. We got them 49ers.
Well, we're gonna get into that later on.
I just want to just
point him out. He snuck us today. We're gonna come over here. He snuck us today. I'm finna slide over here. He done went to the throat back and all this with Joe Montana. I mean, we gonna get into it later on the show. But DA, what you see yesterday? And you know what? Hold on. Before I say, let me set this up right. Let me say, man, I thank you. I don't want you to ever pick with the Cowboys ever again.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay. I need for Jerome. I need a producer. I need Sheffield to stay at home. You see, I need Sheffield to stay at home, and I need you not to ever pick again.
Never got to worry about it.
So we'll win. But what you see yesterday?
I saw trash.
Okay.
He said,
okay.
New England is trash. They ain't no measuring stick for y'all. They trash.
Come on now.
New England trash?
Trash.
For him, every team is trash now.
Belichick. In my Bubba Dub voice, trash. Belichick, trash.
Okay.
New England is trash. Their quarterback is trash. So, no, y'all did okay. You did what you're supposed to do, but that ain't a measuring stick.
So you saying Sunday when they play this game, prior to the game, hold on, DA, prior to the game, they thought this game was going to really be one of those. And I even said, I admit,
I picked them.
I thought it was going to be, I said, man, I'm picking the Cowboys, but man, it was real close.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he picked New England, so I don't know why he called him trash now when he picked them.
But what your boy saying? This one got my stomach hurt. This one got my stomach
Hold on.
hurt. I want to.
What did I say? I said I'm gonna be in the lead. I said, oh yeah, I'm glad you picking New England because I'm gonna be in the lead after this. Well, that's all I gotta say.
Well, I'll say let me turn the car around a little bit. Go back to what JB was talking about earlier. I think Dak having his offensive line back intact. Even though that left tackle, I'm sick of him.
Man.
Tyron
Same.
Smith, he's out another week. I'm sick of him. I'm really sick of him.
Man, Dak
but
ain't
Dak,
the dude.
but Dak, he produced, he had 82% completion passing, had a 97% passing rating against a Bill Belichick defense. May send this man into retirement because I think it's been, knocking on the door. Time ain't never lost a battle. So sometimes the game can kind of supersede you.
But if you just see what Dak,
he's never lost like that. Let's say that he never lost that by 35 points. So what'd you say though, DA?
After the game, when the experts break it down, they'll show you a lot of things that Dak is not seeing, stuff that he's missing that a elite quarterback is gonna catch. And it's gonna bite you in the butt this Sunday night.
Yeah, but we already know he's not elite.
We know he's not
Your
elite.
quarterback's not elite.
Even the second tier.
Your quarterback's not elite. Your quarterback's not elite.
Your quarterback just like that.
Man, you must be crazy.
Your quarterback and Dak the same.
Our
The only
quarterback
thing
beat
that's
that. What
you
are you
mean?
talking about? He beat that.
Y'all, they should be brothers.
No, the
14
defense
in
would
a row.
beat.
They should be brothers.
14 in a row. regular
Okay, but
season.
wait a minute. Now we know. Listen now. They, 49ers took care of business
They did.
against the Cardinals.
They
Beat
took
them
care of
35-16.
That's right.
It was the reverse. They finished with the same number, 16, that we finished with the week prior when we played them. If you break these two teams down, and I don't want to get too far ahead because we're gonna break it down in a minute. But I'm just saying, we're gonna give them some problems.
We're gonna give him some
We're gonna
problems.
give them some
us no
problems.
I promise you.
But I will say this though,
He
man.
ain't gonna give us no problem.
Somebody have to be a little bit objective here. I'm gonna be a little bit objective.
I'm letting y'all get off the bet because you ain't got digs. I'm willing to get off the bet with y'all, but
What
it's
do we
not
bet?
What we-
I'm not a
He
gambling man.
bet.
Yeah, we
he
made
made.
that.
I think he said something about.
He made a proclamation.
I think, man, you got something jumping.
Nah, but what'd you say? Remember I said I bow down to y'all?
Oh, yeah,
And I said, y'all
yeah,
can't
yeah.
bow down to me. You got to bow down to not me.
I'm with it.
And then you said
I'm with
we'll
it.
bow down to you too.
I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm
Well,
with
listen.
it. I'm with it.
But listen. Not to get too far ahead because we got to do these picks later on.
All right.
I like what you said about Deron Bland. Let me tell you something. I think you said it actually, Tim. Deron Bland.
Yeah, I'm
fine.
fine.
But I'm gonna tell you why I was putting for him, really rooting for this kid, man.
Yeah.
Because I've been on that second string depth chart before. I knew when people don't know you, your name is not really standing out in the program. They don't say
That's
anything about you. You really don't know. And even though we got a small sample size of him last year, I said to myself, yes, we're gonna miss Trayvon Diggs' big plays, but that dude is solid at the corner because he won't give up the plays that. See, Diggs is more of a risk taker, where he keep his eyes in the backfield, and sometimes he's not looking at their receiver, and he try to, a route jumper, try to jump that route, and then the receiver don't went by him.
That's right.
Bland gonna play the whole scheme.
He gonna play the skate.
He gonna play the whole scheme, and that's what I like about him.
Don't go by
I think
Matt
Bland-
Jones, bro. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all.
Well,
you
okay,
can't
fine.
go by Matt Jones. Like,
Fine.
Let him do it against
but
Jalen Hurts
here's
or
what we
somebody
can.
before we-
Here's
that's all
what. But
I'm
here's
saying.
what we can go by. We can go by scheme wise.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And I get you don't never throw that ball across your body
that
for that
was
pick
horrible.
like that, right? But what I like about Bland, playing in the slot, because that's the hardest thing to do, to play that slot.
Yeah.
Because you got all this field
Yeah.
you got to still work with. For him to play into the boundary the way he did, and just do his job. That's all we asking people to do. I think Marty Smith had a great game. Hankins and them boys had a great game. Because why? They didn't get out of their lanes. They played solid defense on the back end,
Yeah,
the
they did.
linebackers. And everybody was disciplined and stayed in their lane. And when the Cowboy does that, that's the great recipe for success. What you got, Tim?
Well, that's the most important thing you said. The defensive end wasn't rushing too far up the field, because what happened is they was getting washed down because they come to the field, leaving a big lane off the tackle, right? So now they catch the slow play a little bit, and they do it on third downs. They coming on upfield, but on first and second on run downs, they actually slowing down a little bit. So that helped a whole lot.
What you got, JB? You want to pick it back?
Man, like I said, man, the defense is they played lights out, man. I mean,
they did.
everybody. I mean, they was on their job.
Well, they got back doing what they were supposed to do.
What they was
I
doing.
think when you had Dante Fowler early on when he strip sacked Jones, I mean that's just one of him running out of the pocket.
Right.
You know, not being aware of how the
That's right.
defense is closing in on him. But I think that started everything. Then you had Van Der Esch picked up the ball, ran it in for the, you know what I'm saying. So
We had
And
two
Javon
big-
Curse played better because the last
played a lot better. I
the
agree.
game before he was the beginning of the trash they had last week before.
Right.
He started off terrible. He
Terrible.
even admitted to himself he played terrible.
Right.
He started that game off terrible. Javon Curse. This game he was more intense. He had a whole lot better game, and he played well against the pass as well too.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, man, on that because you know, I said we didn't. I think that, like I said again, we talked about this a brief second ago. There was some letdown, you know, because you going in the middle of the week, you lose a valuable piece, an asset, like a Trayvon Diggs, man, and it could do a little something to you psychologically. You know what I mean? Even though we got hurt in the run game against the Cardinals, but I think to bounce back, man, that shows a lot of character from the Dallas Cowboys defense. They take pride in that. You put a lot of hard work into that. So I think the way they came out, man, and was disciplined in their coverages, disciplined in the defensive line, it showed. It showed, man. It definitely showed. So number 16 over here, Joe Montana Jr. You want to take it to commercial break, or what you got to say before we go to commercial?
Y'all played some trash individuals yesterday.
He said,
Everybody's trash according to him. So we'll see if season keep going.
So
Jalen Hurts ain't trash. The 49ers ain't trash. The Dolphins ain't trash. The Bills ain't trash. Who else?
Oh, we didn't get in the Dolphins.
I'm just saying, who ain't trash?
Dolphins scored 70.
No, I'm just saying,
Hold on, 70, and then they got beat by what, 20 or something like that?
No, I'm just saying, who ain't trash?
well, like they say, we got the 24-hour rule. Let us enjoy this victory from Sunday, and we're gonna get to that because you know now it ain't what Matt Jones didn't do. You know what I mean? Ezekiel, they thought he gonna come in and have a big game against that. So we eliminated all of that. So let us have a 24-hour rule. We're gonna enjoy this. We're gonna enjoy this. We're gonna enjoy this.
So you don't think the Cowboys just made them just look bad? Our defense just good?
I think they trash.
You think our defense is trash?
No, I think y'all no.
So you just say that New England Patriots
I
just
think
trash?
Dak ain't that dude. I think you got a good defense, but Dak ain't that dude. He gonna show you.
Okay, all right, we're gonna leave it right there.
I hope you're wrong.
We're gonna leave it right there.
But you know I'm right.
But coming up, when we come back, we're gonna talk about those Colorado Buffalo number 8 ranked USC coming into Boulder, Colorado next on the replay.
Replay!
Hey, boss. Okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
I said I'm fine.
Since I was little, it was only like me and my parents.
You think you created family out of characters?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna take that, make it into a song.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at on the way out? In my head, in my head, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Pop.
You can talk to me.
It's been really, really hard for me.
Welcome back to the replay. Look here, do me one small favor before we get into this talking about these Buffaloes. Y'all hit that subscribe button, like, and share that for me, all right? So check this out, y'all. We're going to get into this right now while the number 8 ranked USC Trojans went into Boulder, Colorado to face those Colorado Buffaloes. Deion Sanders, and it was so star-studded out there, man. Everybody was up in the stands, down on the sideline, ready to watch these two fabulous teams going at with two quarterbacks, specifically Shedeur Sanders and Caleb Williams. So, I'm going to come over here right here to this red jersey over here, number 16 over here. I can't even call him DA right
Since
now.
we're talking about quarterbacks.
We talking about quarterbacks. That's right. So, DA, did you see that game on Saturday, man? What you think about it, brother? What you think about it?
Man, I got mixed feelings on that, man. I got a newfound respect for the Buffaloes because they just don't give up. They keep coming regardless of the score, and it shows, the kind of character Deion instills in them that they don't quit. I do think Caleb Williams took his foot off the gas, though. I think I did see that a little bit. They got a little cocky when they got the lead, and Colorado came back. Hit them with a couple haymakers. But I respected Colorado a lot more than I did before that game. But I think USC just took them a little light after we got up.
You talking about second half of this game. TJ, what you see? I don't know. What did you see, man? Because I think that Red got what you see, man.
I got on Red, but his brain ain't fucking right. I don't know what's going on.
Got Montana,
yeah,
with the red shoes. I don't know if y'all can see the shoes,
the
but he just San Francisco down today. But what you see with these Colorado Buffaloes, man?
I did see resilience. And that was the wonderful thing about it.
Yeah,
and he's been talking about the team being resilient and actually having the ability to keep functioning about what's going on. And the great thing about them is that their skill positions, despite their defensive line and offensive line not being as beefy as you want them to be and actually strong as you want them to be at this time, they're going to get there. But the skill positions are so too. And that freshman 14, O'Mara, he was actually supposed to go to Nebraska.
Oh, Marion Miller.
Yeah, Marion Miller. Yeah, he was supposed to go to Nebraska. Nebraska, but he actually went to there because the coach was that was supposed to be there. He didn't get he didn't get the job. Okay, exactly. So he decided to go ahead and go to Colorado. Good choice because now you get a chance to shine at this time of how all the teams are made up and Colorado's on a fast forward movement, and so Deion is building his team up fast. He actually got a team that's being resilient. They're just not quite up there with the total talent of some of the top teams in the nation. So he got to keep working.
JB, what you got, man? You kind of got that Colorado after effect. I mean,
but I kind of piggyback on my boy because USC seemed like they kind of like, after they got up, they kind of got cocky, like, we got this, and they just kind of got up off the gas a little bit. Even though Deion them, them boys played hard. They played hard to come back like that, to come back like that. I said if Trevor Hunt had been there, they probably would have won that game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I just think that they took him lightly and they thought they just just going second half just gonna be just a cakewalk. But they showed him that, like you said, man. Those guys don't quit, man. They kept coming to defense. We had the kid that Deion talked about, know how to make practice. He had a pretty good game. He came in, he came in and had a great game, and that changed the difference of the game. With a couple of guys that's being out. Colorado had a couple of guys out on defense. I don't think Adua, his son.
Yeah, that's true.
Charlo, he didn't play. So with them being without Charlo and that guy coming in making the impact that he made, man, I see a bright future for Colorado, man.
Well, absolutely.
I see a bright future. I see a bright, with him just going in this year with what he got, and I just keep looking. This guy only had 3 or 4 months with a lot of these kids, man.
Right.
And so with the way they're playing and how they perform, man, I'm really excited to see how that they're gonna play out.
Future holds for them. I got you. But check this out, man. Let me slow this thing down because I understand that y'all three up here, I call you so conservative because USC was number 8. And I'm the only one standing out there on the mountain, yelling from the mountaintop, Colorado. And I was going to come up here and let y'all have it too, man. Yeah, they came back 48 to 41. And all we did, we just ran out of time. Yeah. Like they say, if you do it when you got that ball back, I'm gonna say, and that's one of the beauties about being up here at Classic Cuts, up here at West Pleasant Run. We got the environment, the barbershop. Y'all can hear the clippers going, man. You understand? Because this is what we do. This is the kind of setting that we need. But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I saw, as Tim said, the resilience in these kids. They grew up. That first half, he talked about when Deion was talking about, do you believe? That's fine. The baby said you go out there, execute, you do your thing, but is that week to week? Now you get into a game, man, when you just come off a tail whooping up in Eugene, Oregon, right, facing the Ducks. Then you come back home. Now, are you going to get out of bed? Are you going to come in with your, spirit to go and defend what just happened up in Eugene? Or are you going to get behind, lay your head down, feel sorry for yourself after USC was putting those points on you? Well, them kids chose to grow up, man. And they had, like you say, several, I think 2 of their safeties was out. You got Charlo. Them young boys grew up as freshmen that came in, like we talked about Cremani and Marion Miller. They came in, man, and they performed. Boy, almost had 200-some yards receiving. You know what I'm saying? So them young boys grew up, man, and that's what made me say to myself, I said, you know what, man? I don't necessarily believe in more victories, but if there was ever a more victory to be had, this would be one right here, because they could have easily gotten down. And I'm choosing to believe that the biggest thing that came up against them was clock management toward the end. I think they kind of, it wasn't a sense of urgency. They ran the ball 3 times, and they just ran out of time. Because I really believe had Shedeur Sanders got their ball back, I think he was touching their box. But let's transition real quick because I want to break Caleb Williams and get y'all thoughts on this. Caleb Williams, individual performances versus Shedeur Sanders. I mean, if you're an NFL scout and you were looking at both of these guys, let me get the numbers first. Because Caleb Williams was what? He was 30 or 40. He hit on 17 or 20 the first half for about 260 yards, right? Shedeur got it together. I think he finished with something like 30 or 45 with 371 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Caleb Williams had 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. So what I'm saying is this: who had more to work with versus who had less to work with? Because everybody knows about that offensive line and keep it in no run game. What you think, DA?
I think Shedeur is gonna be. He's gonna be in the pros. He's got the intangibles. He got the heart. He got the bloodline. But Caleb is. We got to see if Shedeur can do the same thing next season. Caleb is doing better than he did the last year when he won the Heisman. So that's showing you
statistically. I mean,
I'm just saying that's showing you right there that he ain't no fluke. He did it this year. Now I'm doing it better this year. I'm just saying he's going the right direction.
So you think you would take a?
I take either one of them.
You want to?
I played him yesterday over Matt Jones. Like now, I said, hey man, I know you played yesterday. Come on, can we use you like this game against the Cowboys?
You take out again. I got you. What you got, TJ?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go back to what you was talking about before. You was kind of talking about Shedeur under stress, right? In duress. Mm-hmm. Well, Caleb last year was on a lot of duress. His offensive line didn't hold up that well last year. There was times you watched that game, especially in the big games against other teams that was just as good or better than them. Mm-hmm. He actually was getting. He was running for his life and throwing the ball. One leg, he was hurt sometime, one leg throwing the ball, hitting precise. He's so precise. He's really precise, and Shedeur is too. So to me, that is really, it's having ice cream and your cake. You know what I'm saying? You got ice cream and cake going on right here. Which one do you prefer, right? Because Shedeur actually has a very good read on getting the ball out, to his guys and hitting that number one and actually moving in the pocket. He moves like Brady because he's been learning from Brady, sliding his feet over to slide the ball. He don't like to run. Brady will run the ball even more than Shedeur will. But Shedeur finally kind of moving and going ahead and running for the first down. And he's been running for the first down now. So I like how he played second half, especially when he started running for the first downs and stuff, ran that long touchdown. He got involved in the run because that actually helps a little bit with the rushes. It makes some guys hold back when you run a little bit. So he got to take advantage. I know he wants to slide and make sure he can pass the ball downfield. He does a great job of that. So I like him. I like him a lot. But I still like Caleb just a little bit more right now.
Right now. What you got, JB?
I'll take either one of them. But like you said, I think Caleb, he's a little more polished, a little more poised now because he's actually been in the big games and he played in the bigger games than Shedeur. But, I feel that Shedeur, he's going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever played the game. But I just feel like right now the guy at the SEC got a little edge on him. Bro.
Little edge on him?
Just a little edge.
Well, I'm going to say this. Unfortunately, you can only have one. And give me Shedeur Sanders. Give me Shedeur Sanders. Because I'm going to tell you like this. Let me tell you like this. Hold on, Montana Jr. Let me tell you like this. Yes, Caleb Williams, he won the war. He even won the individual battle. But what I saw in that Shedeur Sanders kid is one thing. He got one thing that you can't account for. That it factor.
Yeah, he got that it
factor.
He
got it. Whatever that it is, he got it. And by him coming first year at a PWI, right? At a Power 5, first year. Caleb been there 3 years.
Right.
And he got more tars to play with. Hold on. I got to put the stop on you. He got more tars to play with.
That's right.
And when I see this boy coming from Jackson State, man, and I see the pause and like again, we're going back to the word resiliency, man. His stability, man, to hang in there. By time, don't look at him. The guy is the most sacked quarterback in the country. So for him to bring them boys back and do what he did, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a collective effort. Kids didn't get that defense played better second half. I'm still questioning with this Chris Kelly defensive coordinator. I understand he don't have the horses up front. Over time, hopefully he'll get them. Yeah. But when I'm looking at what I'm seeing now and into the future, and you talking long term, if I was a GM, me, NFL scouting, GM, whatever you want to call it, and I'm wearing Caleb, and they were both coming out, let me have Shedeur, man. Because there's something about this kid, man, with the it factor. When he get everybody around him on that next level, say, man, I'm telling you, he going to be dangerous.
And I believe he's
disagree with you.
I don't disagree with you.
But I think both of them have it factors. But go ahead.
I agree with you, and you know, to piggyback on what you said, the other kid, he does have more to work with, and Shador, he's like, you know, but you got to agree that the guy, he has proven himself. You know, it's still early.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you the best throw. When I saw him make that in the first half to the receiver, he buying time, got out of the pocket, and he kind of went up off one of his leg. Now that was a heck of a throw from Caleb Williams.
Right.
I like that. But the rest of the portion of the game, I'm sitting there and I'm watching, I'm comparing, I'm saying, yeah, I would have route jumped that.
Right,
yeah, I would have stayed in my back pedal a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, I'd have opened up this way. I wouldn't have head whipped around. Yeah, I mean, you can really, man, study him on that next level. Right. I seen Shador. Now, maybe Caleb have. I just probably haven't seen it. I seen this kid make a throw from I'm talking about like an NF throw from one hash mark over to the next. Like it was just, I mean, that's just off the field coaching in the off season from the greats like a Tom Brady, from like like Steve Blake that played with the Cincinnati Bengals. He's gotten that training. So I'm just saying long term, I think both of them are a great talent, but it's something about Shador that puts me in the mind of the Joe Montanas, put me in the mind of the Roger Staubachs of the day. That you never out of a game.
Yeah, but
and I don't think Caleb really been tested like that.
No, he has. See, you forgetting last year. Now, see, what I actually for Shador. I actually like everything you analyze about Shador. I actually agreeing with you. But what I'm going to say, you actually taking away from Caleb a little bit, because Caleb did that last year. Right. That's how he won that Heisman. He did all those things last year. He was under duress. He actually threw a lot of touch throws. He had those throws I'll tell you about. You have to throw in the NFL, those contested with a tight window. He had a lot of those tight window throws too last year. And even this game, when he started out, he had a few of those at the beginning of the games. And then he let down, like you said, he kind of let down and let off the foot off the pedal, and he kind of got relaxed through picks and when his focus wasn't as good. So,
okay. All right, well, that's fair enough. I mean, you saw him. Seems like you done taking a personal interest. Anyway, when we come up on the next segment, man, we're gonna do this thing with what we got coming up. We got the big fight that happened this weekend. We're gonna talk about that when we come back on the replay, y'all.
Replay.
I know my gun should be stored locked and unloaded. But what good is a gun if it's not prepared for use? So instead, I'm prepared for misuse. I'm prepared to stop arterial bleeding in 3 minutes. Less for kids, they bleed out faster. My son just shot himself. Hurry. Access to firearms triples your risk of death by suicide. But that's not the only way to misuse a gun.
I think I heard Mama.
Misuse can happen when you least expect. So being prepared means knowing the difference between CPR for adults and kids. Unintentional shootings happen every day.
There's been another deadly shooting in the local elementary.
So that sense of safety my guns bring me
The gun he acquired from the family member's home.
can shatter in an instant.
The developing story. And we'll bring you more updates as they happen.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
And we back to the replay.
Right.
Let us talk about this thing, y'all. We're going to talk about it Saturday night. I know myself, I was sitting right there with my man, JB. We had a ringside seat. Not literally, we weren't in Las Vegas, but, it felt like we was in a ringside seat, right? So, this past Saturday, Canelo Alvarez took on Charlo. And man, there was a lot to be said about the fight. I have my own rendition of it, but at the same time, I'm gonna start off over here with my man, Book. I'm gonna see what you thought about it. No, we talked about it, but what did you see? What did you see?
What I see, man, I see a guy coming up. He came up in two-weight classes, and I felt like that the guy that he fought, man, from what I'm seeing, just watching the fight, seemed like he was just really just holding back. I don't know if he was just. Cause Charlo, he ran a little bit. I don't know.
He had more in his tube bag.
Yeah. So I don't know if he was just didn't want to get knocked out or what. He was just, I don't know if it was a money thing or what. But he seemed like he's a better fighter to me than what I seen. You know what I'm saying? I was expecting a little more rumble out of him. I don't know. It's just like he waited till like the last free rounds, to beat Charlo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if he was, I don't know. I just don't understand. I mean,
that's all right. Let me see if DA can help you out.
Help me out, DA.
Let me see if DA can help me out. DA said, he pretty got
himself
out.
I was confused myself.
Yeah.
But it's that human element, man. It's like you never know what's really going inside of somebody's mind or what they got going on.
Right.
You thinking, oh man, he got to be ready for this fight. He had 3 months to train.
Right.
But you never know. He might be thinking about his girl like, man, I can't believe this dude had my. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Just
that's
never
an
know.
example,
Right.
but you just never know what's on somebody's mind and how they really feel. They're not gonna tell you, man. My ribs are. You know what I'm saying? So
True.
I just think he moved up too many weight classes.
Too many.
Yeah, 14 pounds is a big jump.
And somebody should have told him, say, man, one weight class is difficult, but when you move up two you're on a whole different level. You carrying around a little bit more than you used to.
What he used to.
But that was like he was lacking heart that Saturday. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I will say we talking about the weight. A lot of times guys move up because they feel like their natural weight, like when they before they train, they lose a little weight before they actually do the fight weigh in. So he probably felt that was pretty close to his natural weight. That's why he went and did it. But that's still not your fighting weight. That's two different things.
Weight.
Exactly. That's your just holding weight while you're moving around. But what I saw was giving enough perspective. Canelo was in control. He had he knew exactly what he wanted to do. He actually didn't never seemed rushed. He was persistent. He was consistent in what he was trying to do, and he was really precise in his punches and stuff like that. So he was really controlling his whole fight, and he controlled that fight. It was simple for him. He didn't even really feel like he felt pressure at all in his fight. So just to give another perspective on the other side.
Well, I'll say this in all honesty. Honestly, when I look at Jamil Charlo, I think he took that fight more than anything. He was chasing the bag. That's what it was. Let's don't be, we ain't crazy. Right. But I also think it was more of a fight on principle because actually his older brother, the older twin, Jamal, was supposed to take that fight. And if you saw him right when he was training, they kind of had this kind of strained relationship for twins. You know what I'm saying? Because there's been much said about, Jamil, and then the one that, he's Jamal having a mental issue because he was going through this divorce thing with his wife, so he thought at one time or whatever he don't like her and things. So he hadn't fought in 2 years. So Jamil, I think, felt like, our name is out there. They always talking about that Lion's pride. So I'm gonna take this fight. I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna go get the bag that you should have got. So I think a lot of that played into it. But I saw the fight. Like I said, we sat there and we watched it. I know it was a unanimous decision. But for me, I thought it was a split, to be honest with you, because I think even though he had a lot more tools in the bag he could have come out with, I think not. Well, yeah, I'm just saying. I thought it was a split decision, and I think that's okay. I've been counted out before and still won.
I'm just saying, you the only one thought that.
I thought it was split. No, because he was hitting him with hooks. I seen him. We sat there and saw him, and then the fact that he moved up to his weight class, like somebody coming in your house, to rob you. You bigger, you opposing,
but that's
you
not
walking
your
him down.
That's not your fault. You should have stayed
You could
down
tell,
there
but
I
understand, but that's why he was trying to knock him out. You remember he was really one time he was quickly trying to walk. He was really trying to knock him out, and he couldn't.
But he was in control though.
Even in the seventh round, he had a flash knockdown because he said, let me just go back down and make sure I'm gathering myself. There were some times, man, I'm telling Jamil hit this boy nice. He just didn't do enough of it. So, with that being said, the decision is out there now.
That was Vegas, right?
that was Vegas. That was Vegas. And I appreciate you bringing it up because you know what? We're going to talk about something, man, that's been on my heart and my mind ever since this happened this past Friday, man. About 27 years ago on September 13, 1996, we lost one of the greatest lyric poet, street poets, I call him, man, in this rap game, this hip hop, man, legendary Tupac Shakur. And we heard about the arrest of one Dwayne Davis, better known as AKA Keefe D, and was arrested on Friday. So I want to get you guys' take on that. But I'm going to go first on this because I can tell you this really hit me. It was like I lost, and I can remember exactly the time, the place, and where I was at when I heard that he actually transpired. And I was saying to myself, well, maybe he's going to shake back because, he had the shooting before. I said, oh, he'd be all right. And then they start talking about, well, he's losing a lung. And all I could think about with one lung, he's still rapping. You know what I'm saying? Right. But then when the call came out, man, that this guy had actually, transcended. I remember I was living in some apartments at the time, came down I had a Ford Explorer, sat in the car, man. I put the, back then they still had the CDs. I put the CDs in, man, and just listened to his music. And I literally felt like somebody had gut punched me, man, because he was able to galvanize and bridge the young, the old, the corporate guys in IBM just with his rap lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So I think he had a lot of things that was going on within him, but he was one of the great to do it. So what's your memory of Tupac Shakur, D.A.?
Man, I ain't gonna put him up there with, some of the great community activists, because I think he could have done and should have done more, after he got the popularity that he had. But he did have an influence on our communities. But I think he could have done a lot more to, to bring us together. But as far as his murder, I just think I actually think that Keefe D did so much talking over the years.
Yeah, he definitely self-incriminated
to where everybody else who was involved, who was in that car, had passed. To where they say, you know what? I think it's time we can get you, and ain't nothing nobody can say, against it. Like, it was nobody else there who can say, nah, he didn't do it. He do it. The rest of them are gone. Let's get this dude. He's been talking way too much, especially on social media.
Right.
Let's get this dude, and I don't think anybody will object to us charging him with Tupac's murder.
Yeah, what you got,
TJ? That's the unique thing about it, is that actually, everybody kind of really didn't know that he wasn't the shooter of it, right? Or the one who shot him.
Yeah.
And he might have shot the gun and glazed past Big Boy. So he might have did that part, but he wasn't the one who shot, right? So they was like, okay, you know so much, yeah, we're going to go and get you. Mm-hmm. And some people are saying, okay, since it was first degree murder and you didn't shoot, why is he getting, well, if you're part of that, they're saying, hey, you can be doing it, or you can be as conspirator, which they may go to at a certain point and say, hey, you were one who conspired to do it. So that's one of the things. And then you're talking about the impact of this, and you are right, his impact could have been great if he didn't get lost in the sauce. Right. To me, he kind of lost in the sauce with the rivalry thing, which is what they want when we talk about Forrest rap. They want us to battle and forget that actually this is a bigger picture of us having unity, which he spoke a lot of times on his on some of his albums and stuff like that. He did a great job of that a lot of time, and sometimes even when he got a chance to talk, he did it. But at the same time, he got lost in the sauce of that competitive, juices.
When he went to Death Row, he got lost.
Death Row.
But what you think, JB? What's your take on it?
Tupac was for his time. Mm-hmm. And you hear a lot of the things that he said in his rap, man. It started happening years after he was gone.
Mm-hmm. Right.
True. He really truly
like
before his time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he knew, but I know after, I heard it Friday, I said, man, this guy that supposed to kill Tupac 27 years ago, they just not getting him. So that had a lot to do with the biggest stuff and the beef, and if they could have did this years ago, it probably would have kept a lot of other people still here. Man.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think observing this, why I'm glad we take the time out on this show to replay and we talk about the culture, our community, what's going on within our community, because that's so important, especially when things like this, because there's no statutory limitations on murder.
Right.
You take somebody's life. And the thing about it is, I think, this is just me personally, when they went and did the raid back in July in Keefe D's house, it's always what they call new discovered information. See, he had a proper deal, right, already set up, where he already went in and told the LA PD, the prosecutors, that he thought he had immunity. But that only gives you immunity if you're not talking about new information. And while him going on Vlad TV talking about the whole incident all over again, it was so descriptive to where they didn't have all the pieces. They just had some circumstantial stuff here and there, but it was so descriptive to they were saying, oh, he's time placing everything, putting the missing dots to this whole puzzle, right? Mm-hmm, exactly. So what I'm thinking, they put a wire on that house. Because when you go into, that was a house that he wasn't even living in when all this happened. So all of a sudden you get a search warrant for the house that he's living in. So is there newly discovered information? Did they have a wire? Was something said? Because here's the thing. They're talking about another guy named Zip, Eric Von Zip, who Diddy was supposed to have given $1 million to, that was supposed to go to Keefe D, that Keefe D never received. So imagine if he'd have given Keefe D that $1 million. Is Puffy, hand in this? I don't know. That's what's being said. So is there new information now where they saying, okay, this is a conspiracy that runs longer than what we're looking at? Because you're talking about East Coast, West Coast, and they still haven't solved the biggest shooting. So there could be a lot of things circling around, because to go get a search warrant, I'm telling you, from a judge on a house that he wasn't even living in, I think they bugged the house some kind of way. And all this technology out here, man, something was said. Let's go get him. Let's go get him, pick him up, and then see what's happening, because we got some new information that we're gonna probably, wind up some more. They said supposed to be indictments, not indictment.
I don't think they're gonna need much, man. It's like, and it ain't gonna be a whole lot of pushback from us. Like, okay, man, you just been talking so much. You in the car, you you had something to do with it. So I was always wondering why they hadn't already charged. He giving play-by-play, like, yo, he reached off me. And
we saw him coming down the strip, and we didn't even know where they was at, and all of a sudden we seen Tupac raised up out of the window. He said, "Oh, there you go." He was talking like this.
It's some more pieces to it.
I think so, DA. I really think so, man. You about to say?
Well, I think the biggest thing about this is that it's a lesson that should be learned for our next generation as you kind of sort through this. Is that we got to forward think, and we can't be in a place where we continue to hurt each other.
Too emotional.
You know what I'm saying? We can't get caught up in emotions on going against each other and not realize that we supposed to be coming together, not apart. I mean, if we want to talk about rivalry, that's what we do with sports, right? We on a sports show. We talk about sports, but we talk about culture, because after the end of the day, like, as Dion has been showing a great example, right? At the end of the day, after we do our battle, we come back together.
That's right.
We lift each other up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
we got to keep doing that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, we want to take the time out on the replay, man, and talk about these things, man, because they are very important issues that I still feel when you have an unsolved murder with, with a high-profile type individual such as Tupac Shakur, to have that kind of information out there, I think would be sad, man. At least I would want some closure. I know if it was a close one with me, and personally, I'm actually going through something personally like that. Well, you got the shooter. Now we want some personal closure. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that kind of really hit close home with me. Losing my youngest brother, man, to a shooting and so forth. So I was happy to hear that they went in and decided to go ahead and charge him and arrest him. So hopefully we'll see how that comes out. So when we come back, we're going to get into this. We're going to get back to these sports thing. That was the cultural thing. We're going to get back to these sports thing, because we're going to get into these college and NFL picks right back on the next replay.
A man looks at his tablet.
Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
A woman walks through a parking garage.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
A man types on a computer.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Paper ceiling, now the invisible barrier that comes at every turn for workers without a bachelor's degree.
I've been running code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
The way my mind works, I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good that you can't ignore you.
My magic is
analytics and empathy. That's how I gain clients.
You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I'm more than who I am on paper.
Alternative routes. Instead of a bachelor's degree, a woman looks
I never got a college degree. And today, I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. Stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
ThePaperCeiling.org. Join us in tearing the paper ceiling.
Okay, and we back. We got to get into these picks, man. These college picks, and we're going to go hit them hard, hit them early. We only going to do 3 on the college level, and we're going to do 4 in the NFL, because last week, I don't know how we did it, when we missed out on the we did 3 in NFL, so we got to balance that thing out. But go ahead.
You need a sandwich down there in the basement? You home? You need a blanket or something?
Because I'm in the basement.
down there in the basement.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Last place.
I'm in last place. I got a lot going on. I got to say, I got to juggle so many things. They've been doing their research. But anyway, let me go ahead since he's talking. DA, he start on the college level. He got us. He's undefeated at 7-0. Tim is 6-1. Myself 4-3. Cause I take chances. I'm take chances.
Yeah, what they get chance?
JB, he 5-2, and on the NFL level, he's 3-3. TJ 5-1. I'm 3-3 with him, and you 4-2. So overall, when we total that up, I got my man TJ is leading 11-2. He done came back. Daryl is in second place at 10-3. JB is at 9-4, and I'm bringing up the real. I'm on the ankle leg 7-6.
Hold on. So you said you don't take the risk. What we call to play the game. It's to win the game. As Herman Edwards said, we call to win the game. That's what we do.
All right.
That's why we do.
This is emotional pick category.
To win the game.
I'm coming though. I'm coming. I'm gonna get conservative like y'all. I think. But anyway, let's get into these college games, man. We got number 12 Oklahoma Sooners. The Red. They don't say shootout anymore. They say rivalry. The Red River Rivalry in the Cotton Bowl this Saturday against those number 3 ranked Texas Longhorns. Who do you like, DA?
Texas by 10.
Texas by 10. Texas by 10. Okay. What you got, TJ?
I got Texas by 8.
Texas by 8? Mm-hmm. JB?
I got Texas by let me say 14.
None of y'all ain't gonna go to Oklahoma.
Come on.
Oh, no.
Come on, show us.
I can't do it. I'm taking them Oklahoma Sooners, man.
There you go.
Oh, man, I'm taking my...
you and Dante.
You're going to need a generator.
I know. I'm going to take them Oklahoma Sooners, man. I'm going to roll with them, man. Okay, we got number 23 LSU going into Missouri, number 21. Who you like, JB?
Ooh. I think LSU going to bounce back this week. I think they beat
LSU?
I think I go LSU.
You like LSU? Okay. What you got, TJ?
I'm going to pick LSU as well. I think they're going to bounce back. I think they're a little bit better team. Missouri been playing great, though. Man, they've been doing really well. But I'm still going to pick LSU.
You got LSU? Who you got?
Man, I don't know enough about Missouri to pick them, but I'm going to go with LSU because of how they struggled this past week.
Right.
So I think they'll get the focus back.
Okay, and I'm going to take Missouri, man.
By 13.
By 13? Okay, I'm taking Missouri, man. I'm breaking ranks, man. I ain't gonna be in this basement.
He don't pick so bad early.
They so conservative, man.
They
don't want to take no risk.
Missouri has the best.
Missouri got a good, and that's right. And they going to Missouri. I just can't wait to win. I'm just looking for my moment when I come here and rub it all in y'all face. That's what I'm saying. All right, then we got the last but not least. Ooh, I know he gonna love this. He gonna love this. We got them Texas A&M Aggies.
Get them
going up against Alabama. 11 ranked Alabama, but Texas A&M is not ranked.
We not.
And then y'all what? They 3-1, 4-1.
We 4-1.
4-1.
Pick them, man.
So I'm gonna go back his way. Who you liking that?
I take Texas A&M, and we're gonna beat them by 10 points.
Ooh, that's a hard pick. That's a hard pick.
It's gonna beat them by 10 points.
And
you know why? Because my defense, we got 14 sacks. We got tackle for loss.
Shout out to Shamar Turner.
Yeah, Shamar Turner, my nephew. We got 14 sacks in 2 games. That defense that woke up. Durkin is letting them boys loose. He letting them play, and he drawing up the blitz package and that front that we rush him 4.
All right. Well, let's break down. We got you. Who you like? Who you like?
Hey man, let's give him just half a loss if they lose, because his nephew play for him. So he ain't
no ties. Ain't no ties.
Let's give him a half.
I had to suffer. Yeah, give him half a loss.
Give him a lowercase L.
So we'll put an asterisk on his loss. That's about it.
No.
You gonna roll tide?
I'm pulling for your nephew to get all the stats he can get.
But you going
rolling tide? Rolling tide. Who you like, TJ?
Well, I almost went to A&M. I made a decision between A&M and Nebraska. I like my decision going to Nebraska, so I'm picking Alabama. Roll Tide.
Oh,
Roll Tide. Boy, I sure want to go with you, man. But every time I go with you, I show. So I'm gonna go.
So I'll be in the head.
You gonna be in the head?
I'll be in the head.
All right, I'm way to go. I'm gonna go Alabama, man. I'm gonna go Alabama. I'm gonna say probably Alabama 24-10. So that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go with Alabama. But shout out to nephew Shamar.
Yes.
I hope you have a great game, man, and do his thing. And if y'all win it, man, that's one we can chalk up for Texas. So now let's switch gears right quick and get up on this NFL level, man. You know what? I'm not gonna even waste no time. I ain't gonna even say the best for later. I'm gonna get right into it because he got this number 16 jersey on. I'm about sick of it. Sick of him up there. The 49. We're about to
16.
Oh, he gonna go right into that. So we're talking about the Cowboy 49.
9 is by 16.
But listen, we gonna go into Braxton Stadium. I say Braxton. I'm not saying Levi Stadium. I'm saying the most cheapest Braxton, the cheapest gene they had back then. Braxton Stadium.
We gonna hold on.
You know he going to 49ers.
Yeah.
I'm going with them Dallas Cowboys, man. I'm going for
Any
Dallas
one of y'all
Cowboys.
got the guts to pick the Niners? Or y'all gonna just always pick the Cowboys?
I got to pick the Cowboys. That's my team.
Why would we pick 49ers?
I mean,
in Chick Stadium,
a subpar team.
in Chick
Let
Stadium,
me just say this.
right? In the Chick Stadium.
If it was any game to pick them, wouldn't it be now against the Cowboys? Cause we beat y'all there, we beat you here, we beat you everywhere. Wouldn't this be the game?
Okay, we got 2 more games. I mean, we got 3 more games. You gonna go, but you got the Cowboys, and I know
we finna show y'all what that
you like the Cowboys. Okay, so we got 3 Cowboys, 1 49er.
I can't see.
So
you
now
we good against Red.
Okay, so now we got the Eagles versus the Rams. Who you like, TJ?
I'm gonna take the Eagles. This is one game they may have some trouble. They would have some trouble against this game right here. But I'm gonna pick the Eagles on this game.
You gonna take the Eagles? Who you like?
Eagles.
You like the Eagles?
Eagles by 13.
By 13. Wow.
I'm going with those Eagles, even though I hate the Eagles and I'm a Cowboy, but I got to go with the Eagles because I'm trying to get up on that bracket. I'm trying to.
No, Rib, you don't pick it.
I'm trying to come
up from the bottom.
I'm trying to come
All right, listen, man. I'm gonna break ranks again, man. Cause I'm sick of them Eagles, man.
I'm sick of them.
They doing exactly what like the Commanders had them dudes, man.
They had them,
and they did the same.
And they let them off the hook.
But
and they let them off the hook. I'm like Dennis. That's right. I'm like this, and they let them off the hook.
But see, that's what y'all. I don't think the Cowboys have enough of those games to where. Man, we got to come back, man. We ain't played the way we should. We got to come back and beat Arizona. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, I'm going with the Rams. Let it be known. Come on, Rams. You can do this, man. I want you to knock them Eagles, man. Clip that wing.
Well,
all right, so we got 2 AFC games right here. We got Jaguars versus the Buffalo Bills. I told y'all what was gonna happen to the Miami Dolphins.
I was so wrong.
He the only one. We all had the Bills.
Yeah.
I tried to tell him that was too much.
That's
so I'm
too
gonna come
much.
your way, D.A. Who you like them? You like them Jacksonville Jaguars or them Buffalo Bills?
Man, I ain't betting against the Bills.
You gonna go Bills?
By 20.
You gonna go Bills?
I ain't betting against them no more.
JB, who you got?
I'm going Bills. We got the number 40. He back this week.
Okay.
Miller.
You said that last week too.
Yeah. But
I need 50. Give me 50. Okay.
Yeah, but they
I was looking for him the whole
time. The whole time.
They
don't sound like
they activated, but he just didn't play.
go.
He supposed to play.
Okay.
He supposed to play.
Okay.
They need to give him another week.
you got?
He wasn't totally healthy.
He gonna need another week.
No, he wasn't totally healthy last week. That's why.
So you gonna take Jacksonville?
Yeah, right.
I ain't gonna know. I picked conservative.
I picked Bills because I think they're the better team. I already told you. And he was lost in the sauce last game.
Okay.
He got lost in the Miami Dolphins that shine at 74 and glitter.
So all of us, we taking Buffalo. All right. And last but not least, we got the Ravens and the Steelers. Ooh, my AFC team Steelers.
I'm going with the Steelers.
They just got thrashed. You like the Steelers?
I'm gonna take the Steelers in this.
What about you?
Y'all gonna be playing Uno in the basement next week. he got the Steelers. No,
you
man,
taking
ain't
Steelers?
Ready. No, the quarterback is a little banged up. No, Steelers ain't ready, man.
No.
Okay, so you got the Ravens. You got the Ravens. You got the
Steelers.
You got the Ravens. Who you got, TJ?
I got the Ravens. It's pretty simple.
You got the Ravens.
Ravens are a better team, so that's why I'm picking the Ravens.
Man, if
I pick better teams.
You know, Mike Thomas. You know, he can. He sometime, man. He can.
Black coach.
Black coach or black
I'm gonna go
quarterback?
ahead and go with y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and go with y'all mess. That's what they do. They try to mess up with my thoughts, man. Y'all try. I see what y'all strategy is. I think it's a conspiracy up here on this show.
You done had the picks 3 days. We just got it.
Anyway, man, I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens too. I'm gonna go against the Steelers, man. Mike Thomas, but come on, man. Okay, well that's gonna conclude the college and NFL picks. But before we close out this last episode here, man, we got to get these shouts out real quick. Who you shouting out this week, D.A.?
Oh, get another shout out?
You getting a shout out, baby. We shouting out.
Man, I want to shout out the Highland Hill Dragons.
Highland Hill Dragon?
Yeah.
Right.
That's part 1 football team?
Yeah.
Okay. Highland Hill Dragon. Who you got, TJ? Who you shouting out this week, baby?
Well, I'm shouting out South Oak Cliff because they won 62-3, I believe it was.
Ooh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they coming up and then
62-3?
62-3. And then you got Kimball and Carter playing next week, so that's want to make a shout out to that. And then these Rangers are in the playoffs, so that's why I got this going right here.
Come on, man.
Yeah, so we play tomorrow on Tuesday. That's a good thing. And you know, as winners, you know, when you're the top dog, you know what I'm saying. So Rangers, let's play.
Let's play then. And who you got?
We'll give a shout out to Soto Eagles, man.
That's right. Give a big hand. That's right. Big hand.
Give a shout out
and South Cliff, man. We should have got a big hand for that victory too.
Duncanville steamrolling everybody.
And who else? Is that's your only shout out?
Yeah, man. I'm a shout out to Texas A&M.
There you go. They took care of the
business man. Let's go, Mac Jones. We need you. We need you, Mac. Let's go.
Okay, then. Well, I'm gonna shout out. I got to shout out Texas Rangers too. Got to give them a big shout out. But more than anything, I got to shout out to my guy, Executive Director, Mr. Maurice West over at Paul Quinn, HBCU. He did his thing, man, this past weekend. As you can see, I'm repping the Quinn. You understand? He did his thing. They're talking about leadership program, no doubt. Talking about the leadership program, the thing they got going on in the community. State Senator Ross West was up there. A lot of other local leaders and so forth. Great time, great program, man. With the African American Leadership Conference that they did. So big shout out to Paul Quinn, man. We're going to connect. We're going to do this. This is the replay. And before we get out of here, let me just say something real quick. We do this show, man, not because of us. We do it because of you. It's way bigger than us. It's way bigger than Daryl, myself, Tim, and Jeff Booker. This is why we do what we do, because we love the kids, we love the community, and we're here, y'all. So all we do is ask. And all we can do is ask for y'all to go in, subscribe, like, and share. That's all we can do is ask. And we hope that y'all will support this program, because we got much, much more to come. And we're looking forward. Really looking forward, man, to highlighting these youth in the I Am Student Athlete segment of this show. So again, this is not about us, because it takes a village to raise a family. So again, man, thank y'all for joining us on this episode 5 of the Replay, where everybody deserves a second chance. Peace.